Good evening folks, my name's Cliff and I'm from the Veterans for Scottish Independence Group 2.0. I've been asked to redo my speech from Saturday due to a technical malfunction. I believe this whole battery changeover, or prolonged battery changeover, sorry. 3 minutes of my speech was missed out, so hopefully this one will get all out. So this is from my speech on Saturday. It was at the Hands Off Holyrood rally held in Edinburgh, and it goes as follows. My friends and fellow independently minded voters, yet again I find myself with the truly humbling experience of addressing you, wonderful people in the shadow of our Parliament. I would like to start with a quote from the American civil rights leader Bayard Rustin. If we desire a society of peace, then we cannot achieve such a society through violence. If we desire a society without discrimination, then we must not discriminate against anyone in the process of building this society. If we desire a society that is democratic, then democracy must be a means as well as an end. Ladies and gentlemen, wise words I think drifting to us through the veil of time. The Tory government, aided and abetted by both Labour and the Lib Dems, are trying to force our hand. They want us to rush into a second referendum or declare UDI. Please think on those two scenarios for a minute. Now, I would never be as presumptuous as to tell people how they should feel. What I offer up today is a scenario formulated on history. On social media there have been mentions of Scotland declaring independence unilaterally. I am of the strong belief that this action is one of the biggest traps that the establishment has set. Yes, it can be argued successfully that both the US and Zimbabwe did this. However, it can also be argued successfully that both subsequently went through bloody wars. To declare UDI, or to be more exact, the run-up to the declaration, would give the imperialists the greatest of legal reasons to suspend Holyrood and impose direct rule from Westminster. This they have done to other countries, so why should we have expectations of being treated any differently? There would, I feel, as a result of this, be huge civil unrest, leading to an exhausted police force requiring the military to provide a presence on the streets. For us suitably old enough to remember the start of the recent troubles in Northern Ireland, we can see a thread here. Also for us that have served in Northern Ireland, Bosnia, Iraq, Afghanistan and many other places, we can all say that there is nothing more horrific than a civil war. For it's just not those that bear arms that are in the firing line, it is everyone, every child, every woman and every man, with every city, town and village scarred. I truly hope that none here can imagine the true horrors of such a conflict. For me and others having served in Northern Ireland and Bosnia, the images are still clear. Those troops on the ground would be from the areas of the UK that we could most relate to. The run-down rural areas and the council schemes of England, Wales, Northern Ireland, aye, Scottish troops as well. Friends, please think that one through. The establishment, the elitists, would have turned us against our own, and they are so very good at playing one side off against another. For that is how they keep control. Meanwhile, our beloved Scotland sinks into the mire of blood and tears. On the 14th of September last year, I stood in front of the BBC offices in Glasgow and stated that we can get our independence through the ballot box and not through the barrel of a gun. I still truly, with all my heart, believe that. As Gandhi said, what difference does it make to the dead, the orphans and the homeless, whether the mad destruction is wrought under the name of totalitarianism or in the name of liberty and democracy? One by one, the promises made by that coalition of bitterly together imperialistic unionists are being shown up as hollow, and as a result, one by one, those that voted against Scottish independence are wishing they had not. Slowly we gather in numbers, the momentum continuing to build. The hypocrisy of that Conservative and Unionist Party, that damned government, is there for all to see. They speak of cutbacks whilst they themselves enjoy all the privileges money can buy. They speak of a strong defence and the need for trident renewal, whilst our children starve and our conventional forces are on overstretch or with poor morale. They speak of being a great world power, whilst we just want to be a great nation in the family of nations. They speak of security threats, and yes, they do exist, but I asked the UK government this. Within the UK, how many of our most vulnerable have died as a result of your policies? They will taunt us, pointing out that we have 56 MPs and how easy it is for them to ignore our wishes. They will point to the independently minded majority in our own parliament and say, of what use are they? My friends, let them taunt. For the more they do so, the more the people of our fair and socially just country will turn against them. The Tory, just like the Jim Murphy before them, are the best recruiting tool we have. So let us use them. The last time I spoke, I asked you if you would lend your vote to your local SNP MP candidate. This time I ask for your patience. Lobby your MPs, your MSPs. Let them know that you feel disenfranchised by the governments of that House on the Thames. Let them know the latest scam by Ian Duncan Smith is killing our children. Let them know of your hatred for the weapons of mass destruction parked on the Clyde. Let them know all of this, but most of all, let us raise our voice as a united coalition and leave them in no doubt that we wish a Scotland independent and free. Thank you, and Alba Kibra.